Hello, I'm Eliza and join me on my channel to learn everything about journaling, drawing and coloring. Time for a challenge. So my November challenge for myself is to draw at least 30 different doodles, and I want to use characters. I know you can doodle any way you want to, just like drawing lines and circles or shapes. But I wanted to make it a bit difficult for myself and use characters. And since that's new for me, I followed many tutorials just to learn how to do doodles like that. I'll put the links down below so you can follow the same tutorials if you want to improve your own doodling. I followed one of Senna Rizvi. She used basic shapes, and I took out information about how to make ears, mouths, eyes. Several eye examples were there. I also followed Pick Candle, Doodle for Beginners, and there were many characters. Well, there were a few characters, but especially many patterns. Patterns you can use to fill a character or to fill a space. So I wrote those patterns down. Then I watched Shada Campbell with 50 doodle ideas. She has many videos about doodling, but I used the standard one, 50 doodling ideas. And she uses leaves, flowers, weather, animals, household items and food. And I highlighted a few in black so you can see them, but I really like them as well. Then I followed one of Rapid Fine Art, and there they just explained what doodling is. Just start drawing and do whatever feels good. It's not the way I want to doodle this time, but I wanted to write down some phrases, maybe they'll help you in the future. Combine shapes to make creatures. Everything goes, there are no limitations. Nothing has to make sense, and perspective is not important. And you can use shapes and patterns and shading, and it doesn't have to be correct, it's just having fun. Last I followed a tutorial of Doodle Scribble. It's a weird name, but the link is below. And he did many doodles and I drew every one of them. He uses basic shapes and then adds on. From all those different doodle YouTube videos I followed, I made this, and these are mouths I can use, noses I saw, hairstyles, eyes, and this gave me an idea. I drew stars here because many of those doodlers use stars as well, and I'm really bad at drawing stars, like you can see over here, but I'll get there. Then I started with my own doodles and characters to see where I can go. Here I made a few characters. I'm not at 30 yet. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, exactly 30. I thought I had to go another 5 or 6. I added a few fillers, things I would add to fill up the page. So no characters, but just lines and colors and hearts, circles, little stars. I chose these stars because I'm able to do those without problem. A little rainbow, some clouds, moon and a sun, and some leaves. And I drew some patterns I can use to fill in my spaces or to fill in my characters. For instance, this marker could have a heart pattern. So that way I can just shape everything the way I want to. So from looking at all those YouTube videos, I made my own selection of things I can do. So if you want to do something like this, watch several tutorials and then give it your own spin, because it has to be yours, and don't just copy others. It could help you to get started, but in the end try to find your own characters. And these are mine at the moment. I don't just want to put doodles on this page, I want them to be in the screen of a laptop. So I start with sketching down a laptop, and afterwards I will use a fine liner to put all the lines in and then just start doodling without any sketching. Let's just add some things to the laptop, like horns, maybe rainbows, clouds, stars, things like that, because those were my fillers and it might be interesting to do later on. And I also want to start with my doodles, and 30 is quite a lot, and how do I get there? I don't know, but practice makes perfect. You can see my reference page on the top of this video. I'm constantly looking at it to see what I can use, because I really want to use them all, and maybe even some variations on there. So I'm constantly looking, constantly counting. I'm really bad at counting. I constantly lose track of how many, but it's getting there and I think it looks quite great already. I sometimes flip the pages just to get extra ideas to draw, because I feel like I'm constantly repeating myself with the same mouths, for instance, or the same figures. So I am looking back to what I did and to look at my references for mouths and ears and so on. Okay, I think I got my doodles down. There are 30 plus here. I always lose track of count, but there is at least 30 different characters in my screen of the laptop. So now it's time to color, and I brought out my Stephanorus pencils to start coloring. The paper in this bullet journal is pretty thin, but I did a swatch of I did a few strokes with aqua marker just to see if it works, and it looks like this paper can have it and that it won't seep through. I hope. So let's color everything else with the aqua markers. I know for a fact that the alcohol markers leak through enormously, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to try these aqua marker. I chose bold colors just because I wanted to pop, to be fun, to jump off the page, jump towards you, to be a page I want to open in front of me, to be happy about. It's something I do almost every day when I leave my desk. I open my sketchbook or my journal, my bullet journal, to a page that I'm really proud of or that makes me really happy, and often that's a page like this or a beautiful picture in my sketchbook. So when I come back to my studio, I see that and it just brings a smile to my face straight away, and it's a nice way to start. Let's make sure that the surroundings are colored as well, and I think I'm going to color the laptop as well, don't know yet, but otherwise it would be very white on the page. So I think I will. There will be a rainbow left and right, both in different colors, so they're not the real rainbow colors, but it just pops, I hope. It's just fun, it's just for me to enjoy looking back at the page. So just finishing up everything. If you liked this video, please subscribe and put on the notification bell so you won't miss anything in the future. And follow me in my journey by learning to draw, to paint and to color.